Hello everyone. Happy Thursday. Now we are doing our midterm review book, and this one is not entirely completed because I'm going to have some blank ones that I'm going to go ahead and add to. So of course this is your cover page, midterm review, your name. This is your units. And then over here, this is where we have the first unit, which is matter and measurement. Now, you should have vocabulary down here from yesterday. Make sure you have that completed. Take a picture and upload it for me, please. Now, beyond that, we have a couple of things that I do want to go over with you to help you out and to put in your book. So your vocabulary may have gone on the whole page. It may not have. What I'm going to do is, since I didn't actually do vocabulary, I'm going to draw this little line. And I'm going to start right here. But of course, if you need to, you can go to the next page. Okay? So some things that we need to talk about. Let's go ahead and we're going to do measurement first. So the first thing that we have to do with measurement is going to be the fact that we need to be able to convert or change from one unit to another. And to do that, we had a saying to help us out. We had King Henry danced, which means deca, merrily, lazily, or gracefully, down Center Main. Okay, so I know I wrote kind of small. This is kilo. This is hecta. This is deca. This is deci, centi, and milli. And in the middle, this is our unit. Our unit can be grams, meters, or liters. Okay, so this can be our unit. So if it was m, that would be millimeters. If I had mg, milligrams. If I had ml, milliliters. Now, if it was just right here, this is grams, meters, liters. Okay? So this guy is actually going to be right here. So if you need to space it out a little bit more, feel free to do that. Now, what we're going to do is when you're trying to convert, we need to be able to move it from, we're basically moving a decimal from one place to another. So, if I had like number 3A on your worksheet, which is 6.3 kilometers, and I wanted to know how many meters that was. Well, this is easy. All you have to do is count how many places that we're moving. Now, I want you to pay attention because a lot of people got confused on this. This is just m. That means that it's just our unit, that guy. If it was m, it would be millimeters, but it's not. It's just m. So we're talking about right here. So we're starting with kilo, and we need to go to this spot right here for meters. So let's count how many places we're going to move. We're going to move 1, 2, 3. What that means is we're going to move our decimal 3 places. So watch, we went from here to here. We started here, we want to go here. So move your finger. We move 1, 2, 3 places. So that means down here, our decimal has to move 1, 2, 3 places. Now we have some empties. We're going to put some zeros in there. So we filled it in. So it's 6300 decimal. Now you can leave the decimal off or you can have it. Doesn't matter. Okay? Now, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do another example on that worksheet. And let's go the other way. Okay, if you look at 3B, it says 62300. There is no decimal. It says centimeters cubed, and that's going to equal how many meters cubed. There's no need to be confused by that 3. It's just there to throw you off, but you're going from centimeters to meters. Okay, meters, remember, is in the middle. So we have centi, which is over here. So we are going from here, centi, to meters. So we're going to move how many places? So we're going from here to here. So we're going to go 1, 2. 2 places. So that means our decimal is going to go 2 places this way. So our number was 62300 decimal. So we were at centi, and we're going to milli. So 1, 2 places. So 1, 2. So that means that our number changes to 623.00. And that's how you do your conversions. Okay, so if you were struggling with this, then we need to have a Google tutorial, and we will aim for Friday, 7th period. And I will post a Google Meet on there to make sure that you got it down. So besides measurement, besides this right here, converting, we also have where we have to be able to do density, which is mass divided by volume. So density is going to be grams per centimeter cubed, or grams per milliliter. This would be a solid, this would be a liquid. Okay, so solid, liquid. Then you have mass. Mass is going to be grams, and volume is going to be centimeters cubed or liters. So again, this is solid, this is liquid. Another thing that you can consider is to do the circle. D equals M over V. So if we cover D because we're looking for density, it's mass over volume. When the line's right here, it means divide. So mass over volume. Now, if you were looking for mass, D and V are left. So cover up M because that's what we're looking for. Side by side, you multiply. And then if you're looking for the volume, it's M line D. That means M over D. So you're going to divide your mass over your density. Okay? So that's a brief little update on that. And then there's one more little thing we got to go over. Okay. So, the meniscus. I always have to remember how to spell it. The meniscus is basically when you're measuring in a graduated cylinder, and it is the bottom of this line. You are always going to measure from this point on the graduated cylinder. All right, another measurement is going to be scientific notation. All right, scientific notation is going to be what, so you take really big numbers and really small numbers and you try to condense them down and you do them by a power of 10 to the something. So, for example, if I had 2.38 times 10 to the third power. So, what we have here is it says to the third power. That means that we're going to move our decimal this way because it's a positive. Okay, see there's no negative here, that just means positive, so we're going to move it this way. And we're going to move it 3 places. So we have 2.38, so let's move that decimal 1, 2, 3 places. We have an empty here, so we're going to put a 0. So what that's going to give us is 2380. And that's going to be how you do it. Now, if we had 2.38 times 10 to the negative third power, so that negative means we're going to change direction. The negative means we change direction. And we're going to go the other way. So 2.38, and we're going to move it 3. 1, 2, 3. Now we got some empties, so we're going to fill in with zeros. So what it's ultimately saying is your number is 0.00238. Now, what if you had something that was like 0.0245 times 10 to the fourth? Okay. What you're going to do is you're going to move this direction. Okay, I was about to do the exact same kind of explanation that I did above. Ignore me on that one. All right, erase that. Sorry, don't do that. My bad. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to have .024, and we're going to change this to a comma. That's a comma, okay? So 4024, and we want to change it to scientific notation. So we want it to be something times 10 to the something power, okay? So what we're going to do is you're going to go ahead, and there's no decimal here, so we're going to add one at the end. And what we're going to do is we want to make it a number between 1 and 10. So that means that we're going to move it over after this guy. So we're going to say 1, 2, 3. So we're going to move the decimal here. So you're going to have 4.024. Now, because we moved that direction to the left, we are going to say that we moved 3 places. So we went 1, 2, 3. So you'd have to say 10 to the third. Now, because we went to the left, it is going to be a positive number. Okay, so that means you don't need to put anything, it's just right there. Now, if we had something that was 0.0000432, okay, we want to change that. We want to say it's some number times 10 to the something power. Well, we want a number between 1 and 10. So we're going to find the first number right here, and we want to put that decimal right behind it. Then it'd be 4.32. Okay? So we're going to say 4.32. And we're going to say 1, 2, 3, 4 places. It moved 4. But because it moved to the right, we're going to have to say that it is negative. So this little guy right here has to be -4. And that is how you do scientific notation. Again, we will do a tutorial on Friday during 7th period. Look for that link if you were struggling with this. So we are now done with the measurement. Now, since we're done with measurement, we're going to go ahead and we're going to keep moving on with matter. Now, we're not going to get to all of matter today, or I might come back and add a couple of things, but definitely utilize the worksheet that you're doing to help you with this, okay? You already did the definitions for homogeneous and heterogeneous. You need to make sure that you understand what examples of those would be. You also have done the definitions for chemical and physical change, and chemical and physical properties, and then also elements and compounds. So, make sure that you know examples. In fact, if I were you, I would go back to my vocabulary and I would put some examples here to help you out. Now, for matter, there are a couple things I do want to go over. So, physical and chemical. Okay. When we are talking about properties, we are going to be talking about color, shape, phase, solid, liquid, or gas, and you do need to know solid, liquids, and gases. That is actually discussed about on the sheet, so if you don't know the 3 states of matter, and technically there's 4, you need to make sure that you go in your notebook and find this information and put it down. Hardness, physical properties are things that describe what it looked like. Okay, so anything like that. Now with chemical, it's going to be the ability to undergo a change. So those are for your properties. Now for your changes, you have physical, I'm going to abbreviate so I have room, and chemical. How do we know a physical change or a chemical change has occurred? Well, with physical changes, you're going to see cut, tear, phase change, melting, freezing, boiling. Anything like that, where the object that, well, like the actual substance doesn't actually change what it's made of, but it's just changing appearance. Okay? Now for a chemical change, a big one is color change, rust, rot, also known as decomposition, odor, gases are given off, and normally when we see gases given off, it makes bubbles, and then it also forms a precipitate. A precipitate is going to be a solid that is formed inside of the solution. And I am just checking over to make sure that we have everything that we need. Okay, so that right there are some of the things that you need to know about matter. And if there's anything else that I think we need to know, we'll go ahead and add that on Friday. So get this written down in your notebook, this information that I gave you. This is stuff that could help you. Then complete this worksheet. It is posted on Google Classroom for you. And if there's anything in here that you're not sure about, ask me. And then make sure, like right here, the 3 states of matter, know that there is a 4th one. It's plasma. And give an example of the 3 that we know about here. Okay? So complete this and submit it. And I'll be in touch with y'all soon.